Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Deb C, and place to be, it's Deb C. Boop, 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 that's me. Boop, Deb C. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. Happy Friday. I hope everybody had a wonderful week and a great day. It is, thank God it is Friday. It is Friday. And more importantly, well, just as equally as important, tomorrow I go and I get my hair done. And I cannot wait because this is getting ridiculous. This is beyond ridiculous. So I can't wait to get this done. So let's grab a water or whatever your drink is. In the comments, put what you're drinking. I just have some ice water and my notes, which were taken by, look at this cute pen. I'm trying to add more whimsy to my life, which I believe that might be maybe a series next, adding more whimsy to your life. But we're not talking about whimsy right now. No, we're talking about last night's finale for Housewives of Beverly Hills, the season that never ends. It's season 15, it's episode 18. The title is Closing Chapters, and it is the finale. So let's get into it. We pick up where we left off. That is Erica showing up at Sutton's house. They say that it wasn't planned that she would go there, but it would have to be planned that they went there because, I mean, I think it was Erica that was like, thanks for having me over. And also production would have to like set up. So production would know. So it was, but Erica doesn't care. So Erica and Sutton are talking. Erica was like, if you would have told me that I was here with Sutton Brown rather than being at Dorit's party, I would have thought that the world was ending. Same. However, on Watch What Happens Live, I didn't watch all of Watch What Happens Live. However, I did catch that Erica had said that she is actually happy to be friends with Sutton and it's going well. So, I mean, good for them. Sutton decided not to go just because of the way that Dorit talked to her and treated her at Rachel's party. And Erica was thinking, you know what? I should really go. Dorit has been there for me in the past. She went to see her in Vegas for her show. She went to see her on Broadway when she was in Chicago. She's like, I really should go. But then that was in the past. What had happened recently was Dorit tried to rip her new asshole. In Italy, she yelled at her and then walked away. Plus, she also just left her and Kyle stranded there in Italy. So it's really like the past is the past. Enough is enough. I'm done with having her treat me like this. Here's the thing. I will say this constantly. If somebody isn't treating you well and isn't talking to you and says that they don't want to be around you anymore, then why would you go? You know, I'm 50. I'm going to be 58 years old. I'm kind of done with this going out of obligation. If somebody treats you like shit, then don't go, is what is all I'm saying. That's just it. Okay, so at the launch party, when I say, holy shit, my heart dropped. I wasn't even there, and my heart almost dropped out of my butthole when Jennifer Tilly's $40,000 crystal Gucci teddy bear purse fell on the ground and cracked. And then she picks it up and eats the Tums off the floor. Kathy's like, that you ate it off the floor. You don't know about this floor. I agree, but Jennifer Tilly's like, my friend owns this place. I know about it. It's fine. $40,000. That costs more than my car. Okay? That costs more than a lot of things in this house. Than actually anything in my house. It costs more than anything in my house. Okay. There's nothing in my house. This house that cost $40,000. Nothing. But, oh, right out my butt. Right out my butt. But honestly, I have TGFJT. Thank God for Jennifer Tilly, because Jennifer Tilly for me was the all-star this season. She was the MVP. She was the all-star. Please make her full-time. But from what I understand, I thought I heard that Jennifer Tilly does not want full-time. I mean, why would you? She's not doing it for the money. She has more money. She has more money than God. So, I mean, why would she? She just does it to do it. And I love her for it. Okay. So Bose is talking with Dorit, and they're talking about how Kyle's not coming. Of course, Bo's got to take up for Dorit in this whole thing. She's like, she could have come for she could have just come for 30 minutes, given her a hug, and then bail. Like she says, she claims she's worried, she's concerned about Dorit's financial situation, but then she doesn't show up to celebrate her financial success. This party really isn't putting money into her pocket. This is the launch of a picture. It's not even the launch of a book. Now, if she doesn't buy the book, then that would be like maybe affecting it. But this is a party for the launching of a picture, not a book. Also, listen, here's 3 reasons. Here's 3 things that I noted of import to me. Why would Kyle go, and why would Dorit care if Kyle is not there? Because number one, Dorit's not talking to Kyle. Number 2, Kyle is not going because her health, she is run down. She's extremely run down. Between everything that's been going on with Dorit, she's also helping to plan Alexia's wedding. And they're very close to the wedding. So I would understand not wanting to go for health reasons, because you want to keep yourself healthy and feeling good for this wedding. And number 3, once again, regarding the money, this is the launch of a picture. It's not affecting her stream of revenue, as Amanda likes to say. What's really curious about this launch party, though, is this past season, there was a lot of talk about Dorit always being late to everything. What's really curious about this, though, is when it's something that's important to Dorit, or something that Dorit is hosting, she is on time, or for this, she was early. But if it's something that is for the group or somebody else is hosting, she's going to be a little late. And that's not even something that just started now. Like you can't even really blame it on, oh, I'm overwhelmed, I'm scatterbrained from this. It's because of the stress from the divorce and from everything going wrong with PK and everything that I have to do. It's nothing to do with that, because according to Crystal, on her podcast, I believe she has a podcast with her and Cynthia Bailey, which I love that combination, because listen, I like Crystal and I like Cynthia, but apparently this is something that has been going on with Dorit like for forever. So if it's something for her, she's on time. If it's for somebody else, there is no such thing as time. Time's a construct, but apparently she's always been late. Amanda keeps saying that she's happy for Dorit because now she has a stream of revenue and she says that she's a girl's girl, and that's her whole, like, her whole thing is showing girls that you can do it, and you can make your own money, and you can make your own way. But here's the thing. I don't buy that. I think Amanda is there because she's on the TV show. This is her way of getting out and being seen. That's what I think. Because that's what I think of her. I just do. Also, the whole stream of revenue, I find it funny because stream of revenue to me means something. If I swear to God, after this video, I'm never going to say stream of revenue ever again. Listen, at the end of this, count up the number of times I say stream of revenue. Stay in the house, do a drinking game. If you don't drink every time, drink a water every time I say stream of revenue, and you will be sufficiently hydrated for the day. When I think stream of revenue, I think something an opportunity that is going to be a financial opportunity that is going to bring money in consistently for years and years and for your life. That's what I'm thinking. This is probably going to be a one-off book, like a one-off opportunity. I don't foresee this being a huge bestseller. Like, for real, I don't. I mean, I know Dorit likes to talk. It's probably going to be a long book, although she's getting a ghostwriter. But I don't foresee any like Housewives book being a major bestseller. Maybe the only one that was Heather Gay's, and she got like what, 3 books out of it. What is so interesting about Dorit? I mean, maybe she had an interesting upbringing, but what else is there? I mean, if we would have gone back into the DeLorean, and we would have went back to the future, we would have went back. There were other projects that she had that I would have thought would have been bigger streams of revenue, like Beverly Beach, or that wedding dress line, or but the thing at Buco de Beppo, that was just she designed a room. But I thought in the past Beverly Beach or the wedding gown, or the wedding gown line would have been a stream of revenue, because she talks so much about how, before she married PK, she had a career in fashion. We know both. But now that I think about it, Beverly Beach and the wedding gown thing, those were probably destined to fail anyways. Just like Kyle's caftan collection. Remember that her caftan collection? That lasted long. And then she starts talking about how she's hurt two of my closest friends aren't here. Well, 2 of your closest friends aren't there because you treated them like shit. Like, you kind of treated them like shit, so who would want to be there? So after Dorit gives her speech and everything, she, Bose announces that she's engaged. Hooray. Okay. Kyle and her daughters, they are discussing the wedding. It is less than 72 hours. And I agree with Kyle, like, daughters and fathers have a dance, and then the couple has their first dance. But what about the mother and the daughter? I think there should be a mother-daughter dance too. I think that would be nice. And then Kyle is getting in all the feels, just because she's thinking about, like, okay, Alexia is getting married. Pretty soon Portia is going to be going to college. And, she's no longer with Mauricio. So she's thinking about this empty nest, and she's getting a little sad about it. But then the question is, when should I pull the plug on the marriage? Like, you'll know when you know, you know. And she's saying she's getting nervous and she's getting a little sad because she knows it's going to be coming up soon. Listen, Kyle, that plug needed to be pulled long ago, okay? He been stepping out. He done been stepping out for years. I mean, multiple seasons. The whispers and like the rumors and the nastiness has been out there for like years. And now that you're separated, he's really stepping out. Like, there's nothing from stopping him from just going out and with any woman and every woman, you know? So you should have pulled that plug. You should have pulled that plug a long time ago. Okay, Dorit visits Rachel. They're talking again about this launch, this photo launch, this launch party. No, see, the reason, and she's like, it's okay, so I was late for some things. I was late for some functions. I was late for some dinners. That's not the reason. The reason why Kyle didn't go to the party wasn't just because you're tardy for every party. It's just because of how you were treating her this season. And she's like, Kyle is not open. Kyle is not open to hear me. Kyle might not be open to hear you, but Dorit's not open either. Like, Dorit usually will just interrupt and not let you talk. So neither one of them are open. And then she says that Erica not showing up is like the one that really hurt her the most. She's like, I have no idea of what I did. Like, how did it turn so quickly? Like, what did I do to hurt her that badly? And it couldn't have been, instead of taking accountability and seeing what she did wrong, she was like, she had to chalk it up to, Erica or Kyle getting in Erica's ear and turning her against it. Because don't take any accountability. You couldn't have done anything wrong. It was just that Kyle is just, converting everyone to her lion's den. But here's the thing. When 3 people don't show up to your function, I mean, you had words. Dorit had words with Sutton. Dorit had words with Kyle. Dorit had words with Erica. What's the common denominator there? The common denominator is Dorit. Like, if all of these people are having a problem with you, you might be the problem, is all I'm saying. There's a chance. Like Kyle said, if you go out into the world and you meet 3 assholes in one day, you might be the asshole, is what it is. But Dorit says, now listen, if my friends can't give me grace, then I don't want them. Okay, well, that's the thing. You're saying this now. If my friends are assholes, then I don't want them to be friends of mine. And in Italy at the Last Supper, well, if this is how you are, then I don't want to sit around with a bunch of effing see you next Tuesdays. And then she gets up and she walks away and she's like, I don't want to be around those people. Well, then why would you get mad if they don't show up? If you don't want to be around those people and they're see you next Tuesdays and they're assholes and they're bitches, then why would you want to be around them? Why would you get upset if they're not coming to your party? Do you see? It doesn't make sense. I will never understand it. So the last function, the last event of this season, thank God, is Nikki Hilton is having a jewelry launch party at Kathy's. And the jewelry line is Theo Grace, and it's named after Nikki Hilton's daughters. No one puts on a party. When Erica says no one puts on a party like Kathy Hilton, she's correct. Nobody puts on a party like Kathy Hilton. She gets down to the minute detail. She puts on the best parties, I would think. So Erica, Kyle, and Rachel are riding to the party. And Erica's just like, I didn't go because I didn't want to go. And I didn't send her a message because I didn't want to send her a message. Do I think she should have sent her a message? Maybe, yeah. But if you don't want to go, then why should you go? If somebody treats you like an asshole, then why should you reward them with your presence? Why would you want to go? No. Next, Bose and Dorit are riding to the function, and Bose said that Erica had told her that she said that she wanted to get your attention, Dorit. And then Dorit was like, Erica not coming to the party is the ultimate friend betrayal. Is it? She didn't go to your party. That's the ultimate betrayal? Girl, talk to Sutton. Talk to Sutton about ultimate friend betrayals, because her best friend is with Sutton's ex. Yeah, her ex cheated with Sutton's best friend. You want to talk about ultimate betrayal? Girl, please. She didn't attend your party. No, that's not. So I was happy to see Denise Richards there. You know what? Denise Richards, if they want to have Denise Richards back on anytime, I'd be fine with that. I like Denise Richards. I think Denise Richards has a kind heart. I think she's a gentle soul. And you know what tells me that? What tells me that is how she treats those animals. Like, she loves animals and she's so kind to them. If they wanted to have Denise Richards back anytime, I would be okay with that. Don't give me Camille Grammer. Don't bring her back. But Denise, I would be fine with. Don't bring Lisa Rinna. Although, to be honest with you, listen, I'm not a fan of Lisa Rinna's by any stretch of the imagination. But they need to do something with this cast. If they're going to take away Dubai and if they're going to put Dubai on a pause and they're going to put Miami on a pause, how about you pause Beverly Hills? It's been 1,500 seasons. What's it been? It's been 15 seasons. You need a refresh, baby. You need a refresh. This is not working. I cannot do another season of this Dorit and Kyle being, are they friends? Are they not friends? Let's work on it. Let's not work on it. I don't care. Let's done. We need a refresh. So when you walk in the door, they don't have like champagne. They have iced matchas. This is another reason why I love Jennifer Tilly. Jennifer Tilly's reaction to the matcha is mine. They were like, matcha? She's like, ugh, right. I don't like matcha because it typically tastes like grass and dirt. On the other end of the spectrum, though, I didn't understand this. Amanda Francis comes in and she is happy. She's happy. She's so happy to take a matcha. She didn't have any questions like, is the matcha ceremonial grade? Or she didn't ask to like substitute it with like half oat milk and half like olive milk, not olive milk, half oat milk and half gluten-free iguana milk or something crazy like that. She was just like, yes, thank you. If it's from Kathy Hilton, of course. Yes, I will take that. I was surprised by that. So Erica hard launches John on the phone with Kyle, Amanda, and Natalie. She likes it. You know what? And I like this for her because she is like, with John, I soften. I can let myself be myself. I don't have to walk on eggshells with him like I did with Tom. And even when in like the picture that they showed of the two of them walking around, Erica didn't have any makeup on and she had sweats. That's nice. That's nice to see. Good for her. Dorit, everybody's there. Then Dorit arrives. And immediately it's like, oh, I see everybody's sitting in a lion's den. They think it's a lion's den. I think it's just a bunch of cowards. Listen, it's not a lion's den. It's just women sitting down during the summer at a garden party. I mean, that's really all it is. You know, it's maybe it's hot. Maybe they just want to sit down and relax. And that's just how everything seems to be arranged. So it's not a lion's den. But then she has to come in, and of course, you know, this is a launch party for some jewelry. She has to come in and shout, "The gang's all here! Oh, look, the gang is all here!" So Kyle brings up the party, the launch party. She says, "I heard it went well, and congratulations. I'm happy for you." And she says, "Listen, I just want to let you know, if I would have went, physically it would have been tough for me to get there, just because that physically how she was feeling. But also, like, you're not talking to me. So why exactly, you know, should I be there?" Exactly. If you're not talking to me, why am I going to go? And then it turns into, the one thing that I did not like is that Kyle, once again, instead of like Dorit trying to talk to Kyle about their issues, and then Kyle had to bring everybody else in. I was not a fan of that. But also, this really isn't, Dorit's laboring under this belief that that Kyle is amassing this girl gang, that their only mission in life is to like bring Dorit down and get Dorit. And that's not it. There's problems. The problems that the two of them have, this is years in the making. Okay. It didn't just start this season. And it's not a gang. It just so happens that there are other people that have a problem with you. So then Dorit and Erica starts talking, and right off the bat, Dorit's like, we have a 10-year friendship, and he knew it was going to be rough because Erica was like, actually, it's a 9-year friendship. And Erica's talking, and she's telling her the reasons why she didn't show up and the problems that she has with Dorit. And then Dorit interrupts. And because, of course, Dorit's the only one that's going through a tough time, that's having a tough time. She's the only one that's been divorced. She's the only one that's had to go through divorce. And she's the only one there who has ever been a single parent. You know, these are all new things that have never happened in the universe to anyone except Dorit. And she interrupts Erica. Now listen. Yes, Erica, go ahead. Commence gray rocking. In case you don't know what gray rocking is, and this is another reason why I love TikTok, because I didn't know what gray rocking was either. Gray rocking is where you're in a conversation and you make it so that you are as interesting as a gray rock, as a literal rock. You put in minimal effort to the conversation. And that's it. And it was like a masterclass in gray rocking. She gave short answers, very short, succinct answers. There was no regret. She had no regret in going to the party. No regret on what she did. None. And that's it. And she was in and she was out. And I'm going to tell you, that is exactly what I do when I'm interrupted. Gray rocking. That's it. You want to interrupt? Cool. We're done. We're done discussing this. There's going to be short answers. So she just gray rocked, and that's perfect. And she obviously got the best of Dorit because, once again, Dorit walks away. Dorit claims that she's like, she can take you down in any verbal altercation. This is the second time that Erica got the best of her and she walked away. Once again, I have written here, I will never understand why Dorit would be upset that they didn't show up, since she said they were see you next Tuesdays in Italy and they're assholes and she's done hanging around those kind of people. So then they gave the updates on everybody and what's going on. So for Kyle, there was Alexia's wedding took place. It looked absolutely beautiful. And she did say, if I'm not being treated right, I'm walking away. Now, that has to do with Dorit's friendship. But then I was thinking, does that also maybe have a little bit to do with her marriage? Dorit did go to the wedding, but they have not spoken since. With the Rachel, her son's relationships with their father is getting better. The divorce is still pending with no end in sight. And she did debut a new romance on the red carpets throughout Beverly Hills. Erica talks about the end of this friendship, and she says things will resolve themselves. If they're supposed to be resolved, they will resolve themselves. She does have her $25 million trial that is set to start this April, in April of 2026. She is still very happy with John, and there's yet another Real Housewife DJ. I mean, come on. Is that the new thing? Like, nobody's writing books anymore. They're all becoming DJs. So she is DJ Pretty Mess. All right. Bose is going for one more round of IVF. She is planning 2 weddings on 2 continents. And her and Keely are still looking for a new house. With Sutton is working on changing her name officially to Brown. She is trying to stay zen and keeping away from vodka, and she is struggling with her empty nest, the empty nest syndrome, but she is finding solace in her pets. And in Reba, Amanda legally tied the knot with Eddie. This was a civil service ceremony that was on September 9th of last year. And they played a little clip. And they said, do you take Edward for richer or for poor? And Amanda was like, how about for richer or richer? Listen, this marriage ain't gonna last. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Eddie looked 1,000,000% annoyed at that. Like, she said that and he was like, I 100% guarantee you, when she said this season, oh, well, yeah, I bought the house. It was my money that bought the house. He don't like that. I can tell you he don't like that. They are still going to be having their extravagant wedding in October. And Dorit's book is set for release this June. Why do you have to pick my birthday month? My birthday month? Ugh. And it will then hit the Dollar General bins in July? No, not July. It'll be there for Christmas. So if you're planning on reading her book, just wait until maybe like Christmas, and it might hit the dollar bins at Dollar General or Dollar Tree. Her divorce is still pending. She is unburdened. Ugh. Okay, so lastly, Sutton went up, walked up the steps, sat down with Bose and Dorit, and Sutton was like, you hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings at Rachel's party. And Dorit apologizes. Sutton doesn't buy it. Sutton doesn't see it as genuine. And Dorit at that point checks out. She's like, you're irrelevant. Nothing that you say matters to me. You're irrelevant. And Sutton's like, this is why I didn't come to your party. I've watched you. She's like, I've watched you treat your friends like shit this whole season. And then there's Dorit just smirking and laughing. And then Sutton just gets up and walks. I did like that outfit though. She's like, nice bow. I did like that outfit. It had the big bow in the back. Like it took up her whole back. I thought that was nice. I like that. I like that. So that was the end. Now next week we have the first part of the 3-part reunion. At some point, I'm going to get pictures of their looks, of their fashions. Because when I tell you, one of those women's dresses is iconic. When I say iconic, I mean the absolute best dressed of any reunion on any city. Iconic. So listen, if you watched, please let me know what you thought. If nobody told you yet today, you were loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world because it is needed. Always spread kindness because it is free. Please be aware of your surroundings. Be smart and safe. Let's hydrate with some water. And if you're in a dangerous situation, please know that Dolly and I are sending our love, thoughts, prayers, and positive energy your way. If you made it to right now, how about if you put a diamond? Shine bright like a diamond. Put a diamond. Or if there's no diamond emoji, then put a palm tree, Beverly Hills. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye. Love you. Bye.